Hello friends, welcome to Awdhesh Academy, and today we are going to discuss about the techniques and the steps to manage stress. Nowadays, whenever you meet people, you will find that most of the people are under stress, tension of job, tension of family, tension of friends, tension of society. People are totally troubled with tension, and this tension slowly is killing a lot of people. Tension, which is continuous in nature, is very dangerous. So how we can avoid tension, how we can manage tension, how we can manage stress, this is very important for all of us to know. So today we are going to discuss about these things. First of all, you have to understand that a permanent tension is very bad, because if you are under constant tension and stress, it can have many negative consequences. For example, you can have low energy, headache, you can have upset stomach, pain in your muscles, insomnia, you're not getting sleep in the night, you can have frequent colds, frequent infection, nervousness, depression. All these things are the consequence of having constant stress. But all stress is not bad. Don't think that just because you are under stress it is a bad thing. Let me give you an example. For example, if you are playing sitar or guitar and you have a string there, on this string only you play music. If the string is not appropriately stressed or have the right tension, you will not get the right music. If the tension is too high, the string may break or the pitch will be very high. If the tension is too low, again there will be no music. You have to maintain the right tension on the instrument to get the right music. In the same way, in our life also, stress has to be there, and we have to manage the stress rather than avoiding the stress. So let's understand the 11 rules of managing the stress. So the first important rule is that you should appreciate the importance of stress. Small amount of stress is good. It is called also eustress. So for example, the stress or the tension before the examination, before playing any game, before facing the interview board, these are very common. These are good because they prepare you to give your best. So understand that we are not going to avoid all stresses, but we are going to manage the stress within the reasonable limit. This is our goal. The second important step is to have a backup plan. If suppose you lose everything and do just one thing, and suppose you fail, where will you go? The burning the boat is not a very good thing. You should understand that if you have a backup plan, the tension will be much lesser. For example, when I was writing civil services, I was also doing MTech, and I knew that if I don't succeed in civil services, then I have a backup plan of MTech. I can do MTech, I can do PhD, and then get a career in the academics. If you don't have a backup plan, the stress will be too high. So have a backup plan, have a plan B. The third important thing is anticipate stress before action. If you are doing anything and you have the right amount of assessment of the stress, you will not be bothered because you are mentally prepared. For example, as a tax officer, when I was conducting raids, then I knew that the people whose houses are raided, they are not going to compliment me. They are going to take action against me. They are going to do everything which is possible in their hand. And therefore, you should anticipate action. Therefore, you should anticipate the tension which is going to be there when you are going to take action. When you take action against your subordinate, you should expect some sort of reaction. When you say something to your boss, you should anticipate the stress. So anticipating the stress is the very important point which you should have, because if you anticipate it appropriately, keep yourself mentally prepared, then you will not have problem with the stress. The fourth important thing is that we should avoid creating unnecessary stressful situation. See, we get stressed under certain situation. For example, if you don't like parties and you go to the parties, you will get stressed because you don't want to meet so many people. You don't want to do that artificial behavior. There are certain people with whom you meet, you develop tension because you don't like those people. So you must try to avoid all type of situations as much as possible which give rise to stress. The fifth important thing is that you should use positive method to tackle the stressful situation. For example, if you are under stress, then some people, what they do is that they take drugs, they start smoking, they take alcohol, they shout at people. These are the negative way of tackling stress. You can have a positive way also. For example, when I am stressed, I go for a walk. That cools me down. You go to the gym, do some sweating. It will reduce your stress. Watch a movie, listen a song. These are the positive methods of tackling the stress. It will not make you an addict. If you use negative methods like taking alcohol or smoking, because you are under a stress situation, then you will spoil your health. So there is positive methods also. Use those positive methods. Plan for the stressful situation. You have anticipated, but you should also plan. Like a chess player. A chess player takes one move and then he knows opponent may have these moves possible. Then if he takes those moves, what moves he is going to take? So he has 5-6 steps in advance in his mind, and for every action of the opponent he knows what is to be done. So have an elaborate planning to take care of all the situations, and if you are able to do that, then even if something unexpected happens, you will be able to tackle the situation. Seventh thing is that improve your ability to withstand pressure. This is very important. I remember when we joined revenue service, or when you are doing anything in the first time, the stress is much more in the beginning. Like suppose you are conducting the raid, you are very stressed. God knows what will happen, what happens if there is a complaint, what happens if the raid fails. All these things are happening. But when you are continuously doing it, if you have done it for 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, then naturally you lose that much of stress because your ability improves. When you are flying first time in the aircraft, there is a lot of tension and fear in your mind. But imagine the air hostess or the pilot who are spending half of their days on the airline. For them, they have no stress. It has become part of their life. In the same way, if you keep taking challenges in your life, what looks stressful today will lose its power to stress you over a period of time because you will become stronger. So please remember this thing, that you improve your ability to take stress by taking more and more stress in the gradual manner. I remember I used to go to a gym where there was an instruction, lift as many times the weight as you can plus 2 more. The meaning is that stretch yourself a little bit more, and gradually you will develop muscles to take big stress. Eighth important thing is eliminate the cause of stress from the root. Earlier I told you to avoid the stress. That means you cannot eliminate the stress which you will have with the bosses, with the official parties, because those are part of your life. But there are certain stresses which you can remove from the root itself. For example, there was a lady who used to attend yoga classes and meditation classes to cool her mind, to get de-stress. However, after working for a couple of months, there was no improvement. So once the instructor asked her, while other students have shown tremendous improvement, why you are still stressed? What is the cause of your stress? Then the lady said, I have taken some bank loan and the installment of the bank loan is very high. I am not able to repay that bank loan and therefore I am continuously at stress. Then the instructor advised, it is better that you stop coming to yoga classes, rather work 2 more hours so that you earn more and repay the loan. Because once you repay the loan, then your stress will automatically go. The yoga and the meditation is not going to help you. So this is an example, a good example, that if you remove the cause of the stress itself, then no stress will be left. This is a very important point. Ninth important thing is that unwind stress regularly. See, there is going to be an stress. When you go to the office, you have to get the work done, you have to deliver certain performance. It is impossible that when you come back, there will be no stress. There will be stress. But you must try to unwind that stress by doing something which you love to do. Like reading, playing, listening music, talking to your family, playing with your children. All those things will de-stress you. So have a diversion so that you can unwind that stress and then become normal. So if you take the stress in the daytime and by the time you go to the bed, your stress is taken care of, then it has no harmful effect at all. You should try to ensure that all the stress should be unwinded as quickly as possible and there is no lasting effect of the stress on you. The 10th important thing is to share your problems with your friends and family. It is said that our joy multiplies when it is shared, while our sorrow divides when it is shared. If you are feeling stressed and you talk to a good friend and your relative, your beloved, your children, your parents, you will find that your stress has been reduced tremendously merely by venting out your feelings, and they can also advise you something. So this is a very, very important thing, that you must share those stress with other people who are close to you, not before everybody, not in the public, but those whom you trust. And the 11th important point is that you should consult people or experts who can help. For example, the example I have given earlier about the yoga instructor, her advice has been so useful to the person that within months she was able to get rid of her stress. In the same way, when you consult people who are experienced and expert, they can tell you the techniques using which you can become free from stress. And so this is also very, very important point. Read books, consult the experts, and they can suggest you methods by which you can get freedom from the stress. So I hope, my friends, that these 11 steps which I told you, if you follow these steps, you will be able to take care of all the stress and you can lead a stress-free or a less stressed life, which will be productive, which will be useful, and which will be joyful for you. Thank you very much for watching the video. God bless you. Keep sharing your comments. Thank you very much.